to sleep if you are tired. I've heard you don't regret.
What's up, guys? Bella and Grizz here.
Yo, yo, what up, dude?
Bringing you guys another episode of The Truth Hurts by popular demand.
I know, right?
Demand. Yeah, everybody's been wanting it.
Everybody wants it.
Everybody wants it. So, I guess we're just going to do like an awkward moments type of situation here.
Yeah.
Kind of cover whatever we...
Awkward moments, bad habits, just naturally nasty shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So...
And I don't know why this is a new part of every video we do, but we always go, meals.
Yes.
Meals.
I don't know. It's something we started like online, and it was like making fun of Family Guy.
Yeah.
And it was like that one where like all the British guys are
Yep.
sitting in the room like having coffee and smoking the pipe like, yes.
And then we do it, and then now we have all kinds of people doing it.
Yeah, they don't even know why.
Doing it all the time.
I do it in school in the police academy, and people just look at me. They're like, I don't get it. But I did the Cleveland voice the other day, and they just thought it was fucking hilarious.
That's always
so.
a winner.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Everybody likes it.
Okay, so the first thing, since I have new stuff to talk about now, I started this new job, so... so I have these timesheets that I have to fill out.
Yes.
And I have to turn them in every other Monday, and then the Monday I'm not turning them in, I'm getting a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So... I get a paycheck, and then the chick calls me in. She's like, you need to come down here. There's something wrong with your timesheet. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go down, and she's got a little sticky note on it, all anal and everything, and there's like a bunch of red writing on the page there.
Anal.
I felt like I was like fucked up in math homework for 5th grade or something, all the red. And she goes, you can't use, anything but black or blue ink. And I was like, well, it is black or blue.
Oh, yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, I only have, black and blue pens. I don't have red. She goes, well, there's red all over this. And I was like, that's not my handwriting. That's not me. That's somebody else. And she's like, oh, yes, it is. That's this blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. And she brings it over to me. There's other people in the office standing behind me. And I showed her my handwriting. And I'm like, this is black ink. She goes, this is red. And I'm like, no, this is black. And the other people are standing there looking at me, trying to defend myself against this, I don't know, Nazi pen person. And she's like, oh, this is red ink. And it was clearly black ink. She goes, well, it has a red tint to it. And I'm like, well, whatever. I don't have a red pen. She's like, well, I'm not going to argue with you. And she's just, I wanted to knock her the fuck out.
But she was arguing. Like, that was the whole point.
Yeah, she was arguing. It was stupid. I think really what happened there was that she thought originally that the actual red ink that was on there, that probably another girl in the office had written on there with, she thought that it was me, and then when she realized it wasn't, she looked like an idiot, so then she had to just sit there and argue the point with me because she was making it like my black ink was red.
Yeah, but you can't ever argue with somebody that knows that, kind of discovered that they're wrong,
yeah,
and then tries to back up but still defend themselves at the same time.
And they're in an authoritative position.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't want to lose my job. So I'm like, yeah, the sky's purple. Cool. Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like people saying, oh, snipers are easy to use. And you say, okay, fine. Use a sniper. I'll use a full auto. Well, no. I'm just saying that they're easy to use. I'm like, no, wait a minute. So if they're easy, why the fuck won't you turn the tables and let me spray you?
Right.
And you try to shoot me when I come around the corner 3 feet away.
Yes.
And then you tell me it's fucking easy? Lick my balls. Like, it's... You can't argue with somebody. You can't argue with stupidity.
No.
Fucking Ron White said it the best.
You can't fix stupid.
Yeah.
So that's clear. And then another thing that happened the same day, I was at my client's house and I was off in the back room cleaning something, and I came around the corner because he's like in a wheelchair, and I'm not making fun of the guy at all, so nobody take pun to this, but he's in a wheelchair. He had a car accident like 10 years ago. He lost the use of his legs, and he can't do anything from the waist down. Well, so I thought. And his hands are kind of drawn up because of like a stroke type of looking drawn up.
Right.
And I come around the corner, and all I see on his computer screen, which is in the kitchen, is a big ass vagina. And he hears me, and all of a sudden he's just like, trying to put the shit away, and
we've all been there.
I was like, oh my god. I just turned around and went back into his room, and I just went in there and pretended like I didn't see it, and then I felt weird to walk by him, because then I was going to be like, does he think I busted him, or is it going to be awkward now, or is he going to be checking my ass when I walk by?
What?
Like, he's happy there's going to be a boner in his lap. I don't really know what to expect at this point.
So I got to ask, what it looked like? It was a white chick, black chick?
It was a big old white vagina. with
Oh,
a
yeah.
black dick. This is
Oh,
like
so
you
is
know
it
like
interracial,
on like a
or-
porn thing where it's got like pictures of all different shit. The big one was like the vagina, and then there's all the other little pictures, and there's girls sucking penises and all this stuff, and all I saw was this black thing. It's an anaconda penis. And so I walk. When I go in there, he has it all turned off, right?
Yeah.
And so then I go back and do what I have to do, and then I'm like, oh my god! I tweeted about it. I was like, oh my god! I just saw a big ass vagina. Anybody who follows me on Twitter saw that, and so I'm just mortified. Basically, I walk back into the kitchen, trying not to smile, trying to act all normal, and I go into the living room to go dust. I come back around the corner 20 minutes later, and here he goes with his shuffling. I'm like, oh my god, he's doing it again. He just like Pornhubbed out all day.
So, but it was like the collage, right? It was just like one with a bunch of little. Maybe he's an art.
Oh no,
buff.
he was selecting the video to watch. They had a play button on them. Yes, he had his little headphones on.
Oh wow.
He was straight up porning out.
Dolby Digital, that motherfucker.
It was embarrassing, and I was just like, oh my god.
We had a guy at school the other day talking about that. He's like, when are they going to come out with VR sex simulators?
Oh,
and I said, well, you'll know because nobody's going to go to work that day. So if you come in here and everybody else in the class is gone, that's the day they came out with fucking virtual reality, fucking sex simulators. So, but
like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, I used to live in Durango, Colorado, and we used to go to the car wash like every Friday night. That's where everybody hang out, wash your cars, do your thing. So we're there washing the car, and when you get done washing it, you can pull up to the back, and there's like vacuums and shit back there. So we all pull up back there. We're cleaning the car out and waxing it up and shit. And there's like a cement wall, and you can overlook it, and like there's like an alley way down below. So
elevated position.
I hear noises going on. It's like evening time, you know. The sun's not down completely, but it's shady.
It's dusk.
Yes. I hear some noise back there,
dawn.
and I go look over the fucking fence, and there's this homeless chick back there. And the reason I say she's homeless, I'm not trying to be like, I know everything, but her hair was all ratted, and her clothes were all nasty looking, and she just didn't look like she'd had a bath or a place to live.
Hygiene and maintenance was very
Yeah,
low.
it was really low on her scale. So, anyway, she's got her pants down to her knees, and she's just back there rubbing one out. I was with my girlfriends at the car wash. I'm like, oh my god, come over here and get a picture. We're gonna tweet this shit out.
Was she like by the dumpster, or
Yeah, she was like standing by the dumpster.
was she like hunched in the corner?
Yeah, kind of in the corner. But when we were up above, you know, you could see everything. She's just back there rubbing it out. All my girlfriends come over there. I'm like, oh my god, look, you know, everybody's looking. They're all giggling and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And she looks up at us. This is when it becomes awkward. She looks up at us. A normal person would have been like, oh shit, pull up your pants and hide, you know? She like looked at us and just like looked back and continued on. She was a soldier. I'll tell you.
You guys should have like dumped some water on her head or something.
I know. I really felt like doing something mean, but we were just too mortified.
Like,
We were
you
like,
can't
oh my
do
God.
that in an alley. Like it's
Who
you
does
know.
that in an alley? Homeless or well, I guess you know you're homeless. You got to do your thing somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, there's public bathrooms you can go in. There's other options here, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like there was a place with a shower just up the road.
Like the
She coulda
corner of an
gone
alley and
got
a
it on
dumpster
with,
would
like,
not
a
be
shower
my
head. I don't
go-to
know.
spot. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
This smell really does it for me.
Yeah, well, I know, right? It was in the dumpster.
What does it
gives
take
a
to
whole
break
new
your
meaning to
mood?
Dumpster diving.
Not an alley and a dumpster.
It may have smelled better than her at that point.
Yeah. Maybe it was like a
Maybe she
plug-in.
was too fishy and she needed that poop
Maybe she
smell
found a
to
plug-in and she was
overpower.
trying to plug it in, plug it in. That's nasty.
That is so nasty.
Oh god.
Yeah, I've had some strange shit happen, man. People be trying to get sneaky, and then they get busted.
Oh yeah. Well,
Who
I
is
mean,
it more awkward for, the person that busted or the person that got busted? I think
It
was
should be.
awkward for me.
this should be the person that gets busted, because I mean, you're the one that's actually caught in the act. Like, I've never been like completely caught in the act, but I've gotten really close to the point where, like, when I was like 13 years old, like my dad would pull up in the driveway, you know, and
Oh, God.
like the porno would still be in the VCR, you
You're
know.
like, oh, shit.
Yeah. It always, I don't know. I remember just sitting there going, oh my god, don't turn it to channel 3. But
Oh God, he's gonna get a surprise.
oh yeah,
You're gonna be in big trouble.
he ended up confiscating them too. Like I said, he ended up confiscating all my porn, magazines, videos, all that stuff. He even took a little bit of weed,
Oh
and
my
he put it
God.
in the safe. And that was like when I was like 12, 13. And then when I was like 19, I went back and he said, get something out of his safe. All my shit was still there.
Wow.
He kept it the whole time. I wonder if he still got it.
You don't think he was smoking it?
Yeah, he probably was. But he had some of his own in there,
Good
too.
for him. Power
Yeah.
to the people.
It's not legal in Indiana yet, but it's good in Colorado. But
So how have things been going at school? You have any weird shit been going on over there?
nothing completely crazy weird. There is like one guy. He's got a little bit of a BO problem.
Oh, God.
You know, and the other day we're out on gun. What would it be? It's weapons training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weapons training, and I was downwind, and it was not a pretty thing. I mean, you got to stand there, and we stood there for 6 hours. 2-3 hour increments, and we had like lunch in between, and the whole time the wind's blowing, and it's just all I could smell, and you can't move.
Downwind.
Yeah, so I might pick a different shooting location next week. But there was also like another guy, and he straight up told me that he is God's gift to man, and I'm a little worried about this guy finishing school and having a badge.
I'm a little worried about him getting through life.
I mean, he's very conceited, and he likes to argue points because he knows it all, apparently.
God.
But you know, he's like 22 years old,
you
and
just want to punch him, and you can't because, like I said, there's an authoritative figure there.
oh well,
You can
yeah,
get in trouble.
you can't punch out another soon-to-be police officer.
Yeah, so I don't even know what that'd be.
I just
considered.
laugh at him because I mean, none of it really pisses me off. He's never really argued to the point where it like made me mad, like. But at the same time, it is like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff he argues with me, and it's just completely pointless shit. 90% of it is just pointless shit, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. I don't even know where to go with it. Like I'm trying to think of things to rationalize with it, and there's just nothing. Nothing can.
I hate people like that. They just sit there and want to argue with you about some shit like they think they know it all, and they're sitting there talking about shit they have no clue about. And you're like, do you realize how stupid you sound right now?
One of these days, I'm gonna catch you next to a dumpster masturbating.
This is where it happens to those people. Speaking of smelly people, when I took Alana to gymnastics the other day,
oh
my God, there was this chick. She was like an older chick, and she was sitting in front of me. She had this big ass and a little tiny waist. And when I say big ass, I mean like old lady big ass, so it wasn't special.
Yeah.
And she's like sitting in the hard chair right in front of me. We're sitting in the back row. There's nowhere else to sit. It's packed. I'm sitting there for a couple minutes. All of a sudden, you hear this fart, and then it smells like fucking nasty, rotten McDonald's up in there and shit. And then the bitch keeps
as if
doing
McDonald's
it.
doesn't smell bad by itself.
Right. This is like digested McDonald's coming out the a-hole, and she's back here farting it up, and she does it like 5 times, not once. She does it like 5 times throughout the whole progress of us being there. And I'm like, I think 3 times constitutes it's time for you to go to the bathroom. Why are you still sitting here doing it? And she didn't even care.
Old people smell
No
different
shame.
too. Old people have a smell. If you have a grandparent,
Oh my
they're
God.
you go into their house,
The
they
old
already
people smell.
yeah, the old people smell. So to have
Yes.
an old people smell fart,
Oh, it's
that's
old
like a
fart.
that's like a 1-2 punch straight KO, man. That's,
Yes, knock you the fuck out.
I wasn't there, but I'm glad I wasn't that day because
It was so bad, and she looked a little dykey. Just
Yeah.
saying. She had really short hair, and I could have swore there was some hair coming on out in the mouth area.
yeah.
And she's just farting it
Maybe it
up.
rubbed
and
off.
We're just like, wow.
And
You know,
the
and
hard
then
shit-
I'm over here with Alana split flops, and I'm just like fanning it away from us because it was so raunchy. I was like, oh my God, people are gonna think it was us. I felt awkward.
Oh, well, I mean, it's different, too, because, like, if you're sitting on, like, a couch or something nice and
Right.
soft, you can fart and get away with it because nobody's
Sure,
going to hear it.
nobody
There's that
heard
muffle,
it. Yes.
you know, but you can't sit on a hard bleacher or, like, a school chair and think nobody's going to hear it.
I know, we were sitting in those hard metal chairs, and it's just all... I don't even make the noise. It was bad. It was really loud. And I was just like, oh my God, if she does it again, I'm going to get up and leave.
So we got one last thing to talk about, and that's pickers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everybody from people that pick their
Ass
ass
pickers.
to pick their nose to... I don't even know what else you would pick, but...
Okay, so if you're at home and you have a wedgie, pick that ass. I mean, understandable.
Right.
If you're at the mall and you're walking, you don't want to see people dig into China. Like, there's a bathroom or a little dark cubby hole that you could walk around to pick that ass.
Mhm.
We don't want to see... And some people really get up in there.
You ever go, like, if you're walking in I don't know, a grocery store or Walmart or whatever, and you see somebody picking their ass, and then later you see them, like, handing money to the cashier and just kind of laugh.
They're touching that cart, y'all. So if
and
you
they don't
use
know
the little wipey to wipe off the bar on the cart, you're touching somebody's picked ass.
I just think it's funny, because then I always go to, like, a different aisle, and I'm just like, you just touched that dude's ass, and you don't even know it.
And people, woo. That is so disgusting, because don't people always smell money and go, I love the smell of money? That's just the smell of people picking their asses. And who knows what else they've been picking.
Oh, yeah, you fart on it and everything else.
They could have got like a vagina wedgie. They could have been picking their vagina. You don't know what they were doing. You don't really know.
I don't think I put money in my mouth. Money does have its own smell, though. No.
Yeah, and if you hold like a handful of coins for like 10 minutes and rub them around, your hand will be black.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you've gone to the casino and played, and if you sat there with enough quarters, your hands are just black.
Oh, yeah.
That's disgusting.
It's really nasty to think about, but I mean, we've just, like, gotten used to it. Like,
yes.
Our culture, we're like, money, fuck it, who cares? But if you actually...
you know, and for people who do cocaine, not naming any names, you're snorting shit up with the fucking money who's been up somebody's ass.
Oh, yeah.
Finger.
They said that, like, 90% of all money has traces of some kind of a narcotic on it.
And feces on it, too.
Cell phones are 80%. Of course, mine would be the same way, because every time I go in there and take a shit, I bring my cell phone.
You're in there texting.
Yeah. I go in there, text, tweet, I watch YouTube videos. You know, somebody links me something, I'm like,
You need to get some of those little Lysol wipes, you need to wipe that down.
But nobody really touches my phone but me.
Wax off.
You know, your phone, if you think about it, it'd be like handing somebody one of your turds. Like, here, put this up to your face.
Here's my turd.
Hold this up to your ear and tell me if you can hear the ocean.
And what about booger pickers? I know we've talked about this on another show before, but they gross me out, too.
Didn't you have that like, the other day you said you were sitting next somewhere and this guy just sat next to you eating his boogers?
Yeah. Yes.
Where was that at?
At the doctor's office. And I took the kids.
But it was in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, he was in the parking lot.
Well... Did he have tinted windows, or?
No tinted windows. He was just sitting there picking. He was having lunch, people. Lunch. Free lunch.
It's like my own little Go-Gurt.
It's so gross. Like, I don't understand why people do it.
Well, especially if you're in your car, because you can just flip it out. You know, I was going to say, if he's in the office, there's really nowhere you can go other than maybe to a trash can or, you know, get some Kleenex. You should really go to the bathroom and do it.
You should really go to the bathroom.
But, I mean, you're sitting in your car, you know, and I've been there in my car and had, I feel a fucking flaky bastard, and they flip it off and,
you're a booger flicker.
Try to stick it to the next guy next to you's window, you know, just.
You do not do that. Are you serious?
No,
I can see you doing that.
I don't do that. That's.
You guys should see the look on his face right now. He's full of shit. His eyes got all big. He's like, well, I can do it. I thought everybody ate the chips. But anyway. Yes, people are nasty. And I'm having all kinds of little adventures at work, so.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure once I get on the force, I'm going to have all kinds of different stories of people. And
our videos are going to be phenomenal.
Oh, my God.
I still think you should strap on. And I don't mean a dildo. I mean strap on, like, the little camera. That's what I mean. While you're at work, busting somebody.
I think, like, some people are going to take away from this video that you made fun of a guy in a wheelchair. You made fun of a homeless person, and Grizz wears a dildo. Like, that's all they heard the entire time.
People have selective hearing, but you know what? Right on.
You'll be our next topic. People with selective hearing.
Yes, you guys will be our next topic. All right, guys. Well, this has been The Truth Hurts with me and Grizz. So we love you guys.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. That's it. It was out.
Deuces.